98.1 Radio Free Santa Fe. Joining us in the studio, a man I just met, but I feel like I've known him for a while, Jim Leonard, who's the head of school at Santa Fe Prep. Hey, Jim.
Hi, honey. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, and thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
We were just talking about people we both know. I know some people who go to Prep, and of course, Rob Wilder, Daddy Needs a Drink. He's one of your teachers there.
He is.
And a crazy story, you and Rob both went to the same high school in Connecticut years ago.
And I think it's important to note that Rob is younger than I am, and he would be the first to bring that up, but we did. We attended the same public high school in Westport, Connecticut, and actually played soccer in the same program back in the day.
Now, you've been at Prep for 12 years now.
This is my 12th year, correct.
And we were just talking about the history of Prep. It's been around for about 50 years, since around 1963, did you say?
That's right. Started in a small campus on Upper Canyon Road with about 75 kids, and has grown. We've moved to a beautiful campus on Camino Cruz Blanca, and we have about 325 students now.
Oh, it's a gorgeous campus. I've driven by there many times. It's just beautiful. And you said you have about 300 and something students there.
That's right, 325 in grades 7 through 12. So it's between 50 and 60 per grade. It's still a very small, intimate school, but we're able to offer a lot of different programs that appeal to many different kids in Santa Fe.
Such as, what kind of programs do you have?
Well, we have a great community service program, TAP, the Teen Action Program, that takes place every Thursday, and all of us are out and about in the community helping with over 40 different nonprofits. We have a speech and debate team that competes actually nationally at this point, and then we have over 30 different sports teams, so kids can play from middle school on in interscholastic sports.
Well, from those grades, 7 to 12, and only 300 and something students, I imagine the classrooms are pretty small and manageable, aren't they?
That's a great point. The average class size is 14, and we think we can support many different kinds of kids in fulfilling their dreams and ambitions, and even exploring some things they thought, oh, maybe I'm not interested in drama, but they'll take a drama class and find out that, wow, maybe I really do like this, and then pursue it through prep and often even into college.
Now, I've heard on the street for years that if parents want their children to go on to college, that prep is like the best school to go to prepare you for college.
Well, of course, I think that, but I'm biased. We do have 100% college attendance for our graduates, and one of the things that we're really pleased about, too, is that we track our graduates and how they do in college. So they're not just being accepted to a wide range of colleges, but once they get there, we track how they do academically, and we found for the most recent class that graduated from prep, their average first-year college grades were a 3.3, which is on a 4-point scale is a B+. So when you think about all the transitions from high school to college and all the distractions that can happen, the fact that our kids are getting to college and doing well is something we take great pride in.
Did you say almost 100% of your graduates go to college?
Yeah.
That's really amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's sort of standard for us, and I think everyone who comes to prep understands that college is one of the goals of the kind of education we provide.
And I understand that prep also has financial assistance.
We do. I think it's very important for people to know that over almost 30% of our families receive tuition assistance to attend. Our budget this year is over $800,000, and we raise that money from alumni and other parents and generous people in the community. The average grant is almost $9,000 to attend, and tuition is expensive. It's $17,000. But our goal is to try to have every interested, engaged student who'd like a prep education have the opportunity to attend.
And speaking of sports, don't y'all have like a really good soccer team?
Well, we have a lot of great sports teams. Tomorrow night, volleyball is playing against Pecos at the prep gym, and we have it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as you know, and we have a Think Pink game, so we'll have a pink theme there, and our volleyball team is terrific this year. Cross country is doing very well on both the boys and girls side. The girls soccer team has played some great games. On the boys soccer front, in the spirit of full disclosure, I have to admit that I'm the assistant boys varsity soccer coach, and we have a huge game this afternoon against St. Mike's for the district championship at St. Mike's
Oh, wow.
at 4 o'clock. So it will be a a grand battle and should be a great game.
How come you seem so calm, Jim?
Well, I'm just excited. To tell you the truth, we've all been looking forward to this game on the team for since we beat St. Mike's a week ago, knowing it was going to come down to this. So we're looking forward to it, and of course, this is great football weather, soccer weather, if you will, having this kind of fall day. It's just perfect.
Now, if you win today, then what?
If we win today, we're district champions. We'll have a high seed in the state tournament, and we carry on from there, and we'll just take it as far as we can.
Oh, how exciting.
It is exciting. Thanks, honey.
Of course. Tell us a little bit more about some of what kind of separates prep from other schools with maybe the curriculum.
Well, I think one of the key aspects of our school is the discussion-based learning approach that we take. So virtually all of the classes are set up in seminar style, what you would see in a smaller college-type class. And there's a high emphasis placed on student engagement and student responsibility for their own learning. You often hear there's a lot of homework at prep, and there is quite a bit of homework, but that's really to prepare students to come into class and really take responsibility for the discussion that's happening around the table. And what we find is when our kids come back from college, they think that they're far ahead of their peers from other schools in terms of their ability to really engage with the professor and take responsibility for the discourse of the class, if you will.
Well, that's really important because most of us, when we're in high school or middle school, it's, the teacher's up and delivering something and you're writing things down the whole time. And then when you go to college, like you said, it's totally different. You're expected to engage and you don't know how. It's awkward your freshman year in college.
Right, and we find that transition for our kids is relatively seamless, if you will, from our senior classrooms to the college classrooms. So I think that's one of the really distinctive aspects. The other would be the level of trust and respect and just overall care that's exhibited in the school. We don't have locks on our lockers. Kids leave their backpacks around. Things don't get stolen. There's a lot of student leadership of various efforts in the school, whether it's social activism or student council. Our goal is to turn over as much responsibility for how the school day functions each day to the kids as we can.
Well, do you find that by this level of trust that you're presenting in their environment that they that raises their own bar, they meet it?
Exactly. I believe that all kids are eager to learn and grow, and we're fortunate at Prep that we have the environment where we can turn those things over to kids. I support the idea that small schools are better than super big schools because kids are known and they know where they're going. And if you can give them those two things, I think they will just soar.
It sounds like it really does a lot for self-esteem for kids, too.
Yeah, I think so. Middle school and high school are tough. You and I both know that.
Yeah.
You're trying to shape out who you are and who your friends should be and what you're going to do with your life. And I think the more caring adults we can put in a community with kids at that point, we have very involved parents as well, the more likely kids are to meet success through those years.
Well, now tomorrow at Prep, y'all are going to have an admissions open house at 2 o'clock. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's right. That should be a great window into the school for anyone who's interested in exploring a prep education. So you can just come by the school at 2 o'clock. We will have tours going out and model classes and a chance to interact with teachers and current students at the school. It'd be a great chance to see what prep is all about, maybe confirm some thoughts and beliefs you might have about prep and perhaps change some other assumptions you might have.
So, of course, this is free and open to the public tomorrow.
Absolutely. We encourage any and all to come. If you've got a neighbor with a child that you think, well, that kid might do well at prep, let them know. Come by at 2 o'clock tomorrow on Friday afternoon. It'll go from 2 to 4 and should be really a great day.
Well, it sounds like it would be really great to just come up and see what the campus looks like. I might just barge in myself.
I think you should. We'd love to have you.
I have to see what Rob Wilder does every day.
Yes, he's a magician.
Now, what does he teach exactly?
He teaches junior English, and Rob is a terrific classroom teacher. He also has been great at bringing various writers who are coming in through the Lannan Foundation program and speaking at the Lensic to our classes. So we had A.L. Kennedy on campus 2 days ago.
Wow.
David Carrasco, who is in town working on this really interesting historical codex that he discovered in Latin America. He was in town talking to our students a week or so ago. So it really exposes our kids to people who are doing fabulous things with the written word. And Rob himself, as you know, is a terrific writer. So
Definitely.
fits in well.
You know, a couple of years ago, he brought in the singer Lisa Loeb.
Yeah, that was great.
That must have been a big treat for all the kids.
It was. I think a lot of the faculty were as enamored of Lisa Loeb as the students. She was dynamite.
And does Tom Ford ever stop in to his old haunt?
He does sometimes. When he's in town, he graduated in, I think it was the class of '84. Tom Ford, as many of you know, is building a house actually just adjacent to Prep's property, and we were gifted 19 acres of land to the north of our library a year ago, and so we actually thought it might be fun when it's his birthday to go put a big sign up on top of that hill. Happy birthday, Tom.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to meet you, Jim. And once again, Santa Fe Prep is having the admissions open house tomorrow, 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock on the campus, and it would be a great opportunity to check it out. And as you said, that you have lots of financial assistance opportunities for people. So
That's correct.
well, great to meet you, Jim.
Thanks,
and
Tom.
come back anytime, okay?
I shall. Thank you.